Improve your watching experience with my top 3 upgrades for your TV. Starting at $20, you don't have to spend a lot to elevate your TV watching experience this summer, but you could, depending on how ambitious you are. My top 3 upgrades are to your source, sound, immersion, and you can find them at today's sponsor, Crutchfield. Father's Day is just around the corner, and there's no better place to find the perfect gift than Crutchfield. I am so excited to partner with Crutchfield to help you find that perfect Father's Day deal. Check it out. They've created an easy-to-use gift guide featuring their top 20 giftable items. It's never been easier to find the perfect present for dad. Scrolling through these items, if someone was to give me a Father's Day gift, it would definitely be this highly regarded Sonos Era 100 wireless speaker because I would want it to be part of their amazing Sonos Arc soundbar bundle. 2 Era 100 speakers, the Arc soundbar, and a subwoofer. You know what the best thing about shopping on the Crutchfield website is? It's their easy-to-use product filters and informative articles. For example, you want to get a large TV, but how large? Well, let's check out this article on TV sizes. You're about 9 feet away from your TV, and voila, you want a 98-inch TV. A quick search, and look at this. I'd definitely go for the Samsung DU9000 for under $4,000. So don't miss out on these Crutchfield Father's Day deals. I've linked my favorite products in the video description below. Beginning with the most affordable upgrade at the source, we're talking about an external streamer. Yes, I know, you're saying, wait, your TV comes with these internal apps. Netflix, YouTube, Prime, Disney Plus, and so forth. But oftentimes, depending on your TV model or how old your TV is, these internal apps are not always of good quality. It's kind of crazy, right? But sometimes it's simply not as good. Actually, more often than not, it's not as good as the same app on an external device like what we have here, the most affordable one, the Walmart On. Google TV 4K for $20. If you can believe it, the Walmart On Google TV is a newer version of the Google Chromecast. Yeah, Google hasn't updated its Chromecast. So if you want the latest and greatest of Google TV on a streamer, it would be the On. For 20 bucks, you're upgrading and you're guaranteed that, you know what? At worst, this version of YouTube TV, Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime is solid. You don't have to question, wait, is it my internal app or is it my TV? And most importantly, because it is Google TV, you could enable or disable Dolby Vision depending on whether your TV does it well or not. Next up at $30 is the Fire TV Stick 4K or the Max at $40. I suggest getting the $30 version because the Max really just adds cloud gaming capability, and so it has more storage, slightly better Wi-Fi, right? Tri-band versus dual band. So ultimately, save the $10 unless you're into cloud gaming on Amazon Prime, and most importantly, Amazon Prime, Fire TV, you know that if you watch Amazon Prime on the Fire TV Stick 4K, it's going to look its best. Next up, my favorite UI, so easy to use for senior citizens. Wait, am I a senior citizen? The Roku Streaming Stick 4K at $34. Still reasonable. Easy to use, it has all the apps you want, plug and play. I do like its simplicity for sure. And the cream of the crop among these streamers is the Apple TV at $130, but you will find it on sale often under $100, so pay attention this summer. Whether it's Prime Day or Father's Day, you're going to find a good deal on the Apple TV because I suspect it will drop under $100 more often than not before the end of summer. Since you save so much money upgrading your source, how about we go to number 2 to upgrade your sound with a better soundbar? Again, we'll start with the cheapest, going all the way to the top. My recommendation for a sound upgrade is something from Amazon, right? Like the Amazon Ultimia at $99. This is the basic soundbar with subwoofer. More often than not, this will make any TV audio better. For less than 100 bucks, you're getting that extra bass that's missing from all TVs. I guess unless it's a super flagship Bravia 9 or Sharp TV with that amazing audio. But short of that, even the top of the line Samsung QN900D 8K TV for over $3,000 needs a lot of help. And this should do the trick for $99. But if you want a little bit more power from a trusted name brand, in this case it's Vizio. I'm laughing because their soundbars are actually better than their TVs, right? So the Vizio V-Series is also a soundbar plus a subwoofer with a trusted name, right? $129. But if you want a bit more surround, meaning it's soundbar, subwoofer, and 2 side surrounds to give you that immersion, For a little bit more, you have the Vizio V Series 5.1 at $250. Now, if your room's a little bit bigger and you want it to be louder, sticking with Vizio, you have the Vizio M Series Elevate at $599. A little bit louder, you want that extra oomph all around, but now we're getting close to the premium. And for me, the all-in-one premium starts with the Samsung Q930D on sale for $999. This is where it starts, right? To me, flagship soundbar starts at this model, the 930D, but if you want the full flagship experience for a little bit more, $1,697 is the Samsung Q990D. I've heard it. It is so good, and it's literally identical in immersion and power to the 990C. If you can find the 990C for a lot less, get it. Otherwise, it is the 990D that is my selection for best all-in flagship soundbar. I know the Nakamichi Dragon is definitely better with 2 subwoofers and more surround speakers. That's over $3,000. I'm trying to keep it under $2,000 for you guys here. But let's say you want to do the sound upgrade piecemeal, right? You still want the best, but you're not ready to jump in at $1,697. So this is where the Sonos Arc system comes in. Now, the Sonos Arc bundle is similar to the Samsung Q990D in that it comes with soundbar, 2 surrounds, and a sub, but that's $1,756. If that's too rich for your blood, start with the Arc and sub for $1,358. Then you add the surround later when funds permit. This gets you at least the soundbar and the sub to start, and then surrounds later. Or start with just the Arc soundbar at $719, right? Add the sub whenever you're ready, and then the surrounds, and over the course of the next year or two, you have yourself a full flagship setup. And with the Sonos Arc system, you can add 2 subs if you really want massive bass. My third and best upgrade is also probably the most expensive on this list, which would be get yourself a 98-inch TV. Go big, go home. And why am I suggesting 98 inches? It's finally affordable. Check it out. Starting with the least expensive, the $2,500 TCL Q6 or Hisense U76N. Now I know the Hisense U76N may appear to be more expensive, but in the next few weeks, by Prime Day, they're going to be very similarly priced around $2,500. Both of these TVs are going to be awesome starter 98-inch TVs, right? Rock solid. If you want to touch the 98-inch, you don't want to overspend, meaning $2,500 is what you're planning to spend on an 85-inch, go for the full immersion. I firmly believe that the size makes up for the slight drop in contrast and color saturation. It still looks good. It's not OLED level, obviously, but in a normally lit room, this is a TV that will impress you for sports, news, TV shows, Netflix. It is definitely good enough. But if you want to raise that quality just a little bit, I say go with a $4,000 Samsung DU9000. I saw this TV, let's say next to a slightly less expensive TV, and boy, did the DU9000 blow it away in 2 things. Clarity, it felt like, oh wow, it's not soft. It does feel like 4K. Samsung's extra large resolution upscaler, unique to their large TVs, right? All their 98-inch TVs has this technology that makes everything look like it's a higher resolution, almost like it's 8K. This was noticeable. Gaming, any content. It felt like, oh wow, from 10 feet away, I can tell this DU9000, clearer, sharper, but it wasn't sharpening. It was actually a new technology they're using to make these 98-inch TVs look as clear and pixel pitch perfect like their smaller 65, 75-inch counterparts. Highly recommended. So if you're that guy who notices these little things, the DU9000 for $4,000, definitely worth considering. But if you want HDR impact, right, slightly better contrast, well, you might want to move up to the Hisense U8K, but I wouldn't suggest paying more than $4,000 for that 100-inch TV monstrosity. Great HDR. It's 100 inches, 2 inches larger, but that's not the point. It has full array local dimming, which makes it really, really great in those HDR scenes with great deep blacks and pop. But I say wait for it to drop closer to $3,500. But if you want more brand name recognition because you trust the name, you trust the brand, you want the processing of the Sony X90L, well, they've dropped their price. The 90-inch X90L is $7,000. Alternatively, if you want quality gaming at $7,000. How about the Samsung Q80C? Both these TVs are around $7,000. One, skin tone, color science, that XR clear, that motion people love, content watching specifically. The other, you want a bit more of that gaming punch. Well, that's the Q80C. Both similar price, $7,000. And how far should you sit away? I would sit 8 feet away. Yes, I know it sounds close, but it works. I tested it out at CES where they had a sofa that moved from 7.5 feet all the way back to 12 feet and then back to 7.5, and ultimately 7.5 to 8 feet. Nailed it for me. Check out my video up here where Phil Holland discusses why sitting closer is actually consistent with creators' intent. Until next time, let me know what upgrade you're planning this summer.